and welcome back to my channel. It is video number 2, which is pretty exciting because this is consistent for me for YouTube. So I'm trying to make it a thing to get videos out weekly, preferably. So thank you to everyone who supported my first video, I should say. Well, it's not really my first video, but it's like the first video of consistency. Thank you to everyone who did watch that. Here's video number 2, which is going to be a Q&A and assumptions. So I put out on my social media the other week, just any questions that you had. It didn't have to be health and fitness at all, literally anything. And there wasn't too many juicy ones, to be honest, but I will answer this list that I have here. So let's get started. All right, so first question is this. So this is an assumption, and it's that I love DOMS. Now, if you don't know what DOMS are, it stands for delayed onset muscle fatigue. So that is a training question, and yes, I actually do love DOMS. It's a love-hate relationship, especially to the point where I cannot move, especially my upper body. It's like the struggle is real when you cannot get changed, being able to lift off your top or anything like that. You can't reach around. It's hell, but I secretly do love it. So yes, I do love DOMS. Will I ever dye my hair dark? Well, back in 2012, I think it was, 12 or 13, yeah, I was platinum blonde for like 5 years, like scalp bleach every 6 weeks, no questions asked. And I decided I wanted to just make my blonde a little bit more natural and do some foils. And I went to a different hairdresser because my girl that was doing my hair blonde for years was like, I'm not touching your hair, we've got it to this point. And I totally get it. So I went to a new hairdresser and she fucked it. Like, my hair turned green. The color correction that she did was just a freaking fail. And I was just like crying. I was like, what the hell? Like, you're supposed to be like, you paid so much. And like, Brett came in and it was like, he just went off his head because she wanted to charge us all this, yet I wasn't happy. She never gave me a proper quote or anything like that. It was just a debacle. So I went to a couple other places to get some more foils to try and fix this crap that I was wearing. Long story short, I decided to just go, you know what, fuck it. I'm literally just gonna dye my hair dark. And I went out, I bought a packet color dye box, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, I just dyed it dark. So I have been dark. I'll pop an image in here if I can find it. But yeah, I probably will never go dark again. I don't think it suits, like, I feel really washed out. Like, my eyes are brown, so I feel having brown hair as well is just a little bit boring for me. But I think I look at people who are Brazilian and things like that, and they've got beautiful brown hair and brown eyes and brown skin. I'm like, oh, it just looks so exotic and beautiful, but I just don't think I can pull it off. So a long answer to that question is probably no. Next question is, how long have you been running your health and fitness business? So I actually got my qualifications for my health and fitness back in 2010 and 11. So I did all my studies through those 2 years, or end of 2010 and all through 11. And then I started doing PT from home, so private studio training. In 2012, I left my retail job at the end of 2011, and it was straight into it from 2012, and we started Fit Chicks, did the group training, and yeah, the rest is history. So it's been, what, 6, 7 years or something like that? 12, 13, 14, I have to count that, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, yeah, so it'll be 7 years this year. Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? It's a really good question. So I probably see myself, well, I'd hope that I have children by then, a lot more travel in there, and just a lot of fun and adventures. And yes, I will still be like, I also can see myself still continuing on with my health and fitness business when I do have children. That's something a lot of people do ask me. Yes, I definitely do. How did you get into fitness and the gym? Whew, okay, where do I start? Back in 2008, so I'm gonna try and make it really short because this story could go on for so long. So it was back in 2008, 11 years ago. I was working at Boost Juice. Honestly, hands down, best job when I've worked for someone. So if you're not sure what Boost Juice is, if you're in another country, it's basically like a smoothie bar, smoothie and juice bar, and it was just the best job. Anyway, we're in a shopping center. They have like those little kiosk booths in the middle of the center. Anyway, the guy that was working there was for Fitness First, which is the gym. He came over and just gave us a couple of free passes. And I've always been into fitness in terms of like sports and things like that. I've little athletics, track and field, sports at school, surf life saving, you name it. But I'd never been to a gym before. And I said to my girlfriend that was on at that shift, I was like, let's just go, let's do this. And at the time, I was actually in a really, really toxic relationship. I really lost who I was in the 2 years of being with that person. I had no confidence, no direction of where I was going in life. I hated myself, I really did. As really sad as that sounds. I had lost a lot of friends from this person as well. And yeah, it was just a really, really bad 2 years of my life, and it just was, he controlled everything I did. I couldn't go out with friends without him. Yeah, it was just, unless it was like at a coffee shop, like what, yeah, it was just crazy. And I was like, I want to do something for myself. We went to the gym that afternoon and we had our induction. So the induction that took place, the original guy that was supposed to take us through, who gave us the free passes at the shopping center, his name was Brett, and he was a sales rep for memberships at Fitness First. And he'd actually gone home, and we had turned up, and obviously we couldn't get our induction by him. And the kiosk girl, the reception girl, there was another guy leaving. He was an actual trainer at the gym. His name was Brett, and she'd asked him if he could take us through our induction, and he looked over and he was like, yeah, okay. And so he took us through the induction, and he ended up selling a couple of 2-on-1 with my friend personal training sessions. So we did a few of them with him, and long story short, that Brett is now my husband. We've been together 11 years this year. Yes, there's a backstory to the relationship that I was previously in. Yeah, the rest is history. So that's how I got into health and fitness and the gym. Yeah, 11 years in June is when, that's when I joined the gym, June 2008. So yeah. What are your tips for someone just starting out in fitness and the gym? My biggest tip would have to be joining a gym with someone, or doing a program with someone that's going to keep you accountable as well. So always starting something with a friend makes such a difference in terms of your accountability. Like if you've got no one to be accountable for, you're probably just going to miss sessions because you can't be bothered. But if you've got someone that you know is waiting for you, that's wanting to do a workout with you, you're more likely to follow through and get the job done. So definitely starting with a friend, mum, sister, whoever. And also if you are in the gym space, I would highly recommend hiring a trainer from the gym for, you know, a half a dozen sessions, even a dozen sessions, just to go through the machines, how things work at the gym, working on your technique and form, and just little things like that. So they're the probably two biggest things I would suggest, are the biggest tips that I would suggest when starting out in fitness and at the gym. A lot of health and fitness questions, even though I said to everyone, you can ask me whatever you want, and we've got health and fitness questions. Did you get a third pug puppy? So I posted in my stories last week a little black pug puppy with my 2 pugs. No, I didn't. I wish I did. I would have 10 pugs if I could, but we just can't have that. In fact, Brett's actually allergic to our dogs, so we've got 2 pugs and he's allergic to them. So no, I didn't get a new one. It was just our dog wash lady. She has a pug herself, same age as my eldest pug, and he was a stud for a litter, and she got to keep one of the puppies, so that was him. He's super, super cute. Do you always eat healthy? Definitely not. So when this question actually came through on the weekend, the weekend we just had was rainy. We were inside most of the day watching Netflix, and I get really agitated when I am just sitting down doing nothing. I get bored and I just want to eat all of the things. So I went to the shops and I came back with an array of treats, and in like a 2-3 hour sitting, I sat there and I ate 3 hot cross buns with butter. I had 3, maybe 4 rainbow paddle pops. I had some lollies. I had a packet of Twisties. Oh my God, they're so good. I'm addicted to them right now, which is really bad. Last like 2 weeks or so, I've probably been having like 2 packets a week. What the? Anyway, it's a little obsession that I'm going through right now. I used to love Twisties as a kid. And then I also ate a Whittaker's chocolate coconut slab. Oh my God, they're like one of my favorite little chocolates. So no, I definitely don't eat, and that was definitely a binge, obviously. Like, I was just like bored, I just wanted to eat, and it was raining, so I just wanted all the comfort foods. My favorite foods are Mexican and Italian. On Friday night, we went out to dinner. Again, it was raining, so we went out to just a real low-key Mexican place in Broad Beach, and I had Mexican, like bean nachos with, you know, the works, so it was great. So no, I definitely don't eat healthy all the time. How often do you get to meet the awesome fit chicks that follow you? I love everything that you do. So firstly, thank you for the support, that's so nice. How often? So I definitely don't go out and get noticed all the time at all, but there has been several occasions where I've been out in public, so at the movies, cafes, restaurants, just walking in the street. Bali twice actually, we've been noticed over in Bali. Just out at the shops in general. I absolutely love it. I love when people do come up to me and Brett, because Brett's obviously known for what he does, and him being on my stuff, people that follow me, they're like, oh hey Brett, like, so I love it because I love to be able to connect with the people who do follow my journey. You know, I talk to a screen most of the time, so when I actually get to connect with you and talk to you, find out about you, I absolutely love it. I love it. And the feeling, I say this to Brett all the time, the feeling I don't think will ever be something that I get used to. It's just such a surreal feeling. You forget how many thousands and thousands of people are watching you on behind the other side of the screens when you actually meet them in person, and they want photos and they want to just talk to you as well. Like, it's such a humbling feeling, and I absolutely love it. Sometimes you forget the impact also that you have on the world and the people who follow you. I shouldn't say the world, it sounds a bit crazy, but the people that follow you, and how many people do look up to you and are motivated and inspired by you. You do forget that at times. So when you actually get to see these people in the flesh and get to talk to them and have real conversations, it's really cool. So yeah, it's cool. My relationship with Brett has always been easy. Definitely not. So when we first started dating, it was great. Things got like a little bit heated when we started working together, because it was, you know, you're working together, at the time we were training together, which we don't do anymore. We were living together, so just all of those things combined can be so much on both individuals when you are doing everything together. No, it definitely hasn't always been easy, and especially when he is my manager as such, so I'm someone who can get really off track with things, so he keeps me on track with things. And just in business side as well, making business decisions and things with my social media and collabing and stuff, like he definitely does have a say when it's a big collaboration. And that's purely just because he has the background of marketing, and if it's going to be suited to my brand, which I usually know, and a lot of them I do turn down myself if I don't think that it's suited to my brand, what I'm about and things like that, and it's not going to work with my audience. So when he's your manager as well, in terms of like following up with things, tasks, jobs, things like that, I can get very like, just get off my case kind of thing, because I don't like being told what to do, especially when it's from my husband. It's really hard to, can't say this word, differentiate the two. I think that's right. Differentiate. I said it first, I said it first time. I said it first. See? I said it first the right time. Oh my God, I said it right the first time. See, I can't even speak. This is how crazy I am. I can literally speak in riddles back to front and not struggle, but I know it's wrong, so I try and fix myself. But anyway, don't even know if I'll put that in there. So yeah, being managed by my husband, it can be really hard to separate the two, those two roles. But over the years, like we've been together, like I said, 11 years this year, and we've definitely, we definitely know each other's points and buttons, and we definitely do push each other. But I wouldn't have it any other way. Like, I'm so grateful for the position that I'm in, being able to work with my husband, being able to run our own businesses, and doing it with him. I wouldn't change it for the world, but it definitely has its challenges for sure. And one thing that we do really try to make sure that we do is, if we do have like a little, you know, tiff or whatever you want to call it, we make sure that we don't go to bed in a grump with each other. So that's our little tip. Nothing worse than going to bed feeling like shit because you're in the shit with the other person, and then waking up and having to talk about it. Just deal with it that day, and then the next day's a fresh new day and you can carry on. What is reverse dieting and why have you dedicated to it? So I did speak about reverse dieting in my last video, vlog 1 for 2019, so go check it out there. It just explains the ins and outs of reverse dieting. For me, like I said, I love food, so that is the main reason why I did it. I just wanted to increase my food and get my metabolism to adapt to a larger amount of food intake for the day, or for the days I should say, just for my daily eating, and without having to put on crazy amounts of body fat. So that's the main reason. And then when I do eventually, you know, want to get lean or whatever, I'm supposed to be going overseas mid-year, which will be the summer in Canada and the States, so I can go into a little bit of a deficit, but without going into crazy starvation amounts of food for me. So that's my main reasoning. And the last few questions, actually, it's all one topic. So the first one is, did you start Isagenix after you had a huge following on Instagram? So I also don't really think that I have a big following on Instagram. My main platform is Facebook. My Emily Campbell fan page is over 600,000 fans, so that I look at it as a really big following. So in general, yes, I did start Isagenix after I had a following, but I definitely don't believe that that is what is going to get anyone success in network marketing. And I'm proof of that. I've been doing Isagenix now since September, October of 2017, and I'm nowhere near in success in network marketing. So, and that's purely because I've got so many other things that I do as well. I use the products every single day. I absolutely love them. If people want to find out more, or they want to, you know, join my team, then yeah, I definitely will support, mentor, and coach them. However, it's not something that I do every single day. So having a following, does it give you a benefit? I guess it does, but you still have to do the work. That's the thing. But so many people that I do know who are millionaires in Isagenix didn't know anyone. Like, it doesn't really, it's about networking, getting out there and meeting people. It does not matter about a following at all. Like, it is what you make it. So yeah, what is my association with Isagenix? So I guess I coach and mentor people who join my team and who want to do the system for, you know, healthy living. Weight loss is a huge key, but I mean, I'm not someone who needs to lose weight, but I use the products every single day. I love all the natural products, so like the super shakes, the adaptogen tonic, which is full of adaptogen herbs. That is just a product of its own, like, it's amazing. I love the nutritional cleansing, And so yeah, I use the products every single day, and I have done since September of 17. A bit of a backstory too, because I've never been one for shakes, like thinking it was just shakes. Back when we started Fit Chicks in 2012, we got pounded with every network marketing company, from just people wanting to ask for them to join their team, and it's not something we wanted at the time. We were very naive to the whole market, what it was. I always thought, all those companies out there were about quick fixes, and that's not what we were about. Until 2017, when Brett, his health took a bit of a back seat, and he really wanted to do something about his health, and he really wanted to give Isagenix a go purely because of convenience. And he also had someone that he knew that was a top income earner in Isagenix. Him and his family, like, they were millionaires in the company, and he was like, we're gonna go under them if we do sign up. And I was like, no, I can't have this stuff in our house. What are people gonna think of us? We've been saying no to this stuff for so long. People know that we're not about shakes and these quick fixes. And I was really, really scared, and it was something that we had to deal with when we did announce that this is what we were doing. But long story short, when Brett ordered his first round box, as they call it, our enrollees, they were heading off to America in Vegas for that annual health conference that Isagenix holds, Celebration, and it was in Vegas. They had asked me if I wanted to come with them, all expenses paid, to Vegas for the week, and just come see what the company is all about. No pressure, just come check it out. And I was like, you know what, like I was at a turning point in my fitness business where I wanted to offer something else. I've been creating online programs since 2012. We had our Fit Chick franchise, and it was just something I just always knew that people struggled with their nutrition. I could create the best workout products there are, but it's the nutrition that let people down. And I was curious, but I was still very like, no, I cannot do this. It wasn't until 4 days before they were leaving, I decided that I was gonna go. I went to the States, I went to Vegas, I spent a week over at the conference. When I first got there, I was very I guess I was nervous. I was like, what am I doing here? Like, I felt like I was in like some sort of rock concert. It was 15,000 people. My roommate that I was sharing the hotel room with, she was also from the Gold Coast. She had come also with my enrollee, and she was just coming to check out the whole experience, the business and everything. And so she was new as well, so I didn't feel so alone. And I remember we both looked at each other and we're like, what are we doing here? Like it felt some sort of cult. I was like, what the hell? Anyway, as the days went on, speaking to the scientists, I was, asking every question about these products, because if this was something I was going to be consuming and then potentially also offering it as a product to my audience, I wanted to know everything. I wanted to know the ins and outs. They spend millions of dollars on their research, seeing all the results that people were showcasing up on the stage, and hearing the stories of the transformations, and also the financial side of it as well, like the financial stories and the success and just everything. I was so blown away. I was like, man, I've been so naive for way too long. I literally thought this was a shake company and it was a quick fix. Boy, was I bloody wrong. Like, there is so many products in Isagenix that is more than just a shake, and it is not a quick fix at all. Like, this is a lifestyle, and some of these people that I had met had been using the products since the company had evolved, which was, at the time, it was 16 years, 15 or 16 years. There's something that obviously works, because the fact that these people were using it for so long, yeah, it was just, I've just been so naive for so long. And once I educated myself and, like I said, talked to the people who develop the products, create the products, I actually started to get really excited. I really wanted to get home and try my first 30 days. yeah, by the end of it, you know, Tony Robbins was there. He did like a full day of like speaking, and that was just amazing. I got the biggest high five off him. I squealed like a little girl, like, because he's someone that I look up to for self-development, and having him speak to us for a full day, like, it was such a great experience and a great way to top off the whole convention. It was just, yeah, it was really cool. So that's the backstory of how I got into it. You know, so many years of saying no, like, this is so not for us, this is not what we want in our, you know, business. Once, like I said, I educated myself, I took time to learn more about it, hear people's stories, see the success that people have had long term in both health and wellness and the financial side of it. Like, it got me really curious and excited. So that is my, I guess, affiliation with Isagenix. I think that's what the question was. What's my association? And that's how it all began. So yeah. And the other question for the Isagenix was, how do I feel about network marketing? So as a whole, I honestly think network marketing is such an amazing vehicle for anyone who wants to make a couple of extra $100 on the side a month, or people who love to travel and love to connect with people from all around the world and want to, you know, travel and have this little side business. I think it's really good for stay-at-home mums who have to look after children, because you can do this from literally anywhere. If you are someone who wants to make that little bit of an extra side income, have a little hustle on the side, have a little, you know, business of your own, it could be something so much bigger. And I honestly believe that is where, you know, this generation is going. So many people doing network marketing, not just Isagenix, there are so many out there now, and I believe that's where it's going. People want to work for themselves, people want time freedom, people want to spend more time with their loved ones and time to do the things they love. They want to work for themselves, and I just honestly believe that network marketing is the next big thing for people who want more out of life. The opportunities that you can have, I know in Isagenix, is crazy. The potential earnings that you can make is uncapped. You can out earn the people above you. It's just crazy. So I definitely believe it's a great vehicle for people who want more out of life. I really do. That is all the questions in this Q&A and assumptions video. Thank you for listening. If you got this far, I'm actually not sure how long this has been going for, because there has been a few little stops. I had people just turn up then for our extension that's going on out the front. I had to refilm it because there was something technologically wrong with it. So I'm learning, there's little things along the way. But if you have enjoyed this video and you want to see more of my videos, please comment below what you'd like to see. If you would like more vlogs, daily vlogs, workouts, just let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe if you do love what you see, if you love my weirdness, my quirkiness, because there is no takes here. There's no like second goes that I just say how it is. I don't sit there and go, oh no, don't want to film that, start again. I just talk, and I just, like I said, I can create sentences back to front, and I know what I'm saying, and I don't struggle to say sentences back to front. But I think that's a talent, so yeah. Anyway, I will talk to you all in the next video. Thank you for watching.